Hey, what's up guys? It's Thea with Gingham and Glue. Welcome back to my channel. Glad you guys are here with me again today. I've kind of been in and out of my office, probably for the last week. Well, actually there were a few days where I wasn't in here at all. But after I got back in the office, or my craft room slash studio, I wanted to do something really different. I had, you have like supplies on hand or things you've purchased where you're like, oh yeah, I'll use that. And then they just sit in a drawer forever. Well, I came across these. That was kind of the situation. I came across these in one of my storage containers, and I had a ton. And these are just price tags that I pardon my fingers, I've been collaging this morning already. So but I had purchased like a big bunch of these at Walmart, and I know you can get them on Amazon, or you can probably get them just about anywhere. So yeah, so these are just little price tags, and they are 1 3/4 by just slightly over 2 3/4. Okay, so what I did was, and I'm sure some of you saw the pictures that I had posted on some of our Facebook groups, and I essentially turned them into little specimen tags, which I think turned out so freaking cute. I just absolutely love them. These two here I backed with lace. I thought that was a really fun little element. So, and then this one I just left blank. And if you turn it around, I just inked up the back of the butterfly. So essentially, and as you can see, they are no longer white. And once again, I used my Distress Oxides. And just what a really fun way to color a blank background. I love doing this. I love using the Distress Oxides to color things. And if you might remember my last tags where I used the craft card tags. And these colored up really, really cool. So yeah, so I just turned these into little specimen tags. And so that's what I'm going to show you how I did, or how I made them today. So I'm going to set these to the side. Now, obviously, depending on what size price tag you purchase, will also probably determine what size hole you're going to punch out. I got lucky because I only have one size hole punch or circle punch right now. It's a 1.5 inch, and it was perfect for this tag. Now, obviously, you can do a smaller hole in a bigger tag if you want to, or you can use, go up a size or two for your bigger ones. Now, keep in mind that these are only going to go so far, right? If you're using a larger tag. So just keep that in mind. So essentially what I did was, I'm gonna just clip these strings off, and I'll save these strings because you can use them for tags and stuff. So I'm not going to use them for these, but I'm just going to clip those off. And then what we're going to do is just line them up together, and then we're going to go in and punch our hole. So you want to get it as even as possible, keeping those two tags together as best as you possibly can. And I apologize if my head pokes in. I'm just making sure that it looks even, which it does. Sorry, I'm just Just making sure. Okay. We're gonna punch. Okay. So there we have our hole. So I'm gonna go ahead and pop those on. I'll keep those because we can definitely use those. Let me grab a piece of cardstock. Just so I'm not doing it here on my mat. I could get my glass mat out, but you're just gonna have, we bought new light bulbs, and both of my lamps on the other side of me, both light bulbs went out like within a day of each other. It was crazy. So I replaced them, and it's much better lighting, but yeah, the reflection on the glass mat would probably be way too much. So, okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take each one and I'm going to ink them up. Let me, oh, I'm so sorry. I'm jiggling the camera here. Let me just grab my sponge. I'm going to swap out my sponge. I can make sure I don't tear up the green one. I am going to do this one in pink, in the Sponge Sugar. I also have the picked raspberry, which I'd like to try as well. But okay, I'm just going to ink that up. And you want to be careful when you're inking these, because these are fairly thin sides. They do have a tendency to buckle a little bit. So you just want to be really careful when you're going around so you don't push that up. And I'm just gonna coat it really well. So I hope everyone's doing okay. It is an absolutely gorgeous day out today. Oh, see what I mean? It's starting to kind of buckle there. A little bit windy, to say the least, but it's still really, really pretty outside. So yeah, I was out earlier when I took the dogs outside and just soaking up some highly needed vitamin C. I think we all need that at this point, right? Oopsie, yep. I'll let that buckle a little bit. Just be very careful. I'm just making sure that it's all coated really evenly. Yep, see? And that'll calm down just a little bit once we get them glued together, so. Okay, let's do the next one. So we had pretty much a lazy weekend. We did go yesterday and bought some seeds, some vegetable seeds, and some fertilizer. The place where we went to, because my husband is retired Air Force, we still have, and he works on the Air Force base that we live next to. So we get to, we have all base privileges, what they call base, you have base privileges. Anyway, so for those of you that aren't familiar with the military world, we have what's called a BX, or base exchange, and it's essentially like a mini Walmart, if you would. So yeah, so we went in there, but they didn't have any soil. They had seeds and fertilizer, but no soil. So I gotta look around and see what I can find. We have a fairly large, I'm gonna color this one just a little bit more. We have a fairly large Amish community, Amish and Mennonite community in our area. And there's a Amish run greenhouse, nursery nearby, and so I was thinking maybe I would run and see, number one, if they're open yet, number two, if they have any starter plants. Um, we were headed home, and I was like, I wonder, sorry, I'm going to grab a couple more price tags here. It would probably be so much easier if we bought starter plants, because they can be just as cheap as the seeds. So we kind of laughed because we were like, well, and I told my husband, I said, we can just, if that's what we decide to do, I'll just return the seeds. It's not a big deal. So yeah, so I was gonna go see if maybe they're open and check them out too, because their prices are just amazing. Yeah. So yeah, so that's where we want to start growing veggies this year. We've done it before. Sorry, I'm gonna reach across you. Find my ink pad. Oh, I'm so sorry, guys. So sorry. I'm trying to see. I don't think. No, that's not it. I have a sponge for each one. I need to just keep it with, like attach it to the underside or something. Well, let me just grab I'll just grab a new one. But yeah, and it's a lot of course, a lot of hard work, and you got to keep up with it. But there's just nothing better than homegrown veggies, really, truly. So yeah, I'm excited to get it going. Oh, I love that picked raspberry. So pretty. Yeah, I'm hoping to get the Kitsch Flamingo, which looks utterly amazing. You know what I didn't do? I didn't punch these yet, but that's okay. You can ink them first. It's not a big deal. Yeah, we want some tomatoes and squash and beans, and I'd really like to try growing our own potatoes. And I've seen like some really, really great tutorials on YouTube on how to do it. One of which is in like a big bucket, which seems to be probably the best. I love the no dig approach if you're planting into a like a raised garden bed or the ground. I watch a lot of, is it Charles Dow? He's all his stuff is no dig, and they just flurry. I mean, the plants just absolutely flurry. They flourish, I should say. So yeah, I'd kind of like to try that. But we're gonna do container gardening this year. We bought these big canvas tubs essentially, and so we're gonna use that this year and put them closer to the house so that it's not so difficult for us to go in and out, because the last time we built or planted a garden, it was out back behind our house, which really isn't that big of a deal, but we're physically we're both broken, and it just makes it so much easier. So that's what we're gonna do this year. We're gonna use container, or do container gardening, and you can still do kind of a no dig approach that way, I guess. So we're gonna try it. Okay, so we've got our little tags, and aren't those pretty? Love those colors. Love the colors. Isn't it just amazing how well that Distress Oxide covers that white? It just amazes me. I mean, I know it seems kind of silly, but Okay, so I've also got some stamps here. You'll notice on these I did stamp the backgrounds, and I love that look. So I'm gonna do it again. And I think this time, I think we're gonna do something like this. I think this is really pretty. So let me grab my archival ink. Just press down just a bit. I'm gonna just kind of go across a little bit just to, okay. I think we're okay. Okay, so now it's up to you. If you want to stamp just one side, you can. I kind of did that with these because obviously I backed these with lace, and I want to do that again. So I'm only going to stamp one side is all I'm going to do. Okay. Oh, that's so cool. Oh, that's so cool. Oh, sorry. I stamped right onto my, of course I did. Right onto my mat. It's really not a big deal, but this mat's pretty grunged up. It's gonna be time for a new one pretty soon. Okay, so I've got that one. Okay, so I have got to run downstairs at some point, not right now, and get some paper towel. I got one here. I've run out of paper towel and Kleenex. I absolutely have to have a box of Kleenex in here at all times because my nose just, it's just constantly running, especially right now. Things are starting to bloom, and yeah, I'm gonna just tamp down just a little bit on that. Okay, just like that. Let me just try and stamp some of this ink off here real quick. Okay. All right. So we've got those. Which I love. Those are so pretty. Okay. All right. Next thing we're going to do is pick out our butterflies. Now, oops, sorry, I've got stuff stacked all over to the side here, and it's like a lot. I cannot keep up with it sometimes. Okay, so I'm gonna flip through here and grab my butterflies. And then we can pick out what we want. And I've been busy bee again, getting a whole bunch of stuff cut out. I still don't, there's still quite a bit that needs to be cut out, but that's okay. Okay, so you can, with the size of your butterflies, you'll notice in this one, the wings are cut off just a little bit. I'm totally fine with that. That does not bother me at all. So you can, let's see how. Okay, so that would kind of look like that. And again, totally fine with that. Let me look just a little bit more here. We could do kind of a yellow up against that dark pink. That's really pretty. Really pretty. No, don't like that one. I do have a blue. This one's pretty big though. So yeah, you just, you know, it's your own choice as far as, you know, size of the price tag, size of the butterflies, you know, whatever looks good to you. And I will say, obviously, this is not an original idea. I'm sure this has been done in some way, shape, or form by somebody. I just happened to come up with this one day and thought, oh, that'd be kind of cool. Okay, so that's really neat. Now, obviously, I'd have to trim off part of the wings, but again, you know, I'm okay with that. But that one kind of blends in a little bit too much with that dark pink, so I could do it in the light pink, which I love. Yep. Okay, that's that one. And I could do this one, but again, I don't know if it's too, blends in too much or just enough. I really like that, but I really do like the idea of something a little yellow in there. That's really pretty. Okay, I think we're gonna go with that. So I'm not sitting here forever trying to pick out, you know, a butterfly from the gazillion butterflies that I have. Because I do, I have a ton. I have a ton. Okay. Oops. Don't have butterflies. Ooh, there's this one. Hang on. Oh, I like that. Okay, this is the one right here. This one and this one. All right. Grab my scissors here and get a little comfortable. I know you probably didn't want to watch me. And I'm gonna cut off that gray border around it. I'm not gonna use that because I wanna minimize the size a little bit. Just like that. Oh my goodness, I cannot believe my youngest son is going to be home in just about a month. His last day of college is April. I'm pretty sure it's the week of the 22nd, which is my birthday. So I'm so excited. I can't wait to see my baby. I miss my baby. Oh, but he's gonna come home and he's gonna immediately have to start looking for a job. He needs to have a job. Okay, I'm gonna keep some of the gray. I hope I've been in frame this whole time. I'm so sorry, guys. What was I gonna say? Yeah, he just has to, he's gonna have to come home and get a job. Oh, I'm sorry. I was saying I'm keeping some of the gray border on the antennas because I want to keep those antennas. So cutting them out. Okay, let's look here. I like that. I think that's really pretty. Okay, all right. Next step is to grab your acetate. So you can use anything clear. Let's see if I have enough of this. My sister just gave me a bunch of, and believe it or not, Shrinky Dink acetate. So yes, this is Shrinky Dink, but it works. It works for this. And there's no chance of these getting, you know, heated up or anything. Obviously, hot enough to you know, damage the whole thing. So, well, I don't know if I'm going to have enough for. Well, I might have enough. Okay, so what you're gonna need to cut out two pieces. Because they're gonna sandwich, obviously they're gonna sandwich the butterfly in between. So, and it's up to you how how big you want it. Just make sure that your edges, you leave enough to glue down for those edges. So I'm going to, actually, I'm going to just cut around this for the moment. I'll trim it up here in just a second. I'm going to just cut straight across. And then straight up and down. Okay, so now, and I'm just eyeballing this. It's up to you guys how you want to do it. Sorry, I'm trying to make sure. I'm just going to trim up that side just a little bit. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to trim just a smidge more. Yeah, you can use a plastic bag, you know, a clear plastic packaging bag, or, you know, anything like that. So, okay, this one's pretty good. And all I'll need to do is just clip the edges there where it's sticking out. So I want 3 more of this size. So I'm gonna just line this up here. And you'll probably have to go in and do, you know, a little more trimming as you go. Okay. I'm just trying to use up as much as I can of this. Yeah, I thought this is pretty thick. So if you want to, obviously, if you want to go thinner, you don't have to have something this thick. I just happen to have this on hand because obviously my sister gave it to me. So I thought, oh, you know, let's use this. Use what we have, right? Come on. This edge is really hard to see. Really hard to see. Okay, so we've got 1, 2, 3, and we just need 1 more. And some of this sheeting is like, I don't know. Well, this one's really scratched. Yeah, I was gonna say some of these they're a little scratched. They got little, you know, indentations on them and stuff. Which I'm totally fine with, because I think it adds to the character of the tag. Sorry, I keep pulling back away from the camera, so I sure hope that this is in frame. All right, so let's see. We're doing good there. We're doing good there. And there. And there. Okay. All right. Oh, the next, what we should have done, and this, I mean, obviously this can be done at any point. What I want to do is I'm going to color the back of the butterflies with the Distress Oxide in the same color that we did with the tag. So this one is going to be the picked raspberry. This just obviously helps it blend in a little bit better. We're gonna put lace on the back, so you're not really gonna see it, but that's, you know, I kind of like that little bit of camouflage and pink poking through, so I think that's pretty cool. Okay, so let me switch pads and do the other one in the spun sugar. Okay, just trying to make sure it's a little evened out. Okay, that's good enough. All right, so, oh, next thing I want to do is I'm going to ink the edges of the butterflies, and I am going to do that in Vintage Photo, not the pinks that I used for the tags, just because I want to give this a little bit of age to it and definition so that it stands out. Yeah, I like that. And I am going to ink the edges of the tag. I didn't do that on the others. Well, I take that back. I did. I inked the edges with the same color. These I'm going to do a little different. I'm going to ink them in the Vintage Photo. Okay, so we've got that. And grab my other, ooh, got too much of this stuff going on now. Okay, just a bit. Okay, and I am going to do the other side, even though we're gonna, most of it's going to be covered up with the lace. Okay, and then this one. Oh yeah, I think that's really pretty. Whoop. Try not to bend that. Okay. All right. Now we get to start doing our little sandwich. Sorry guys, give me just a second. I'm trying to stay comfortable. I'm gonna look here at what I've got. Okay, so first what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna glue my first piece down to the back side of the price tag, and I'm gonna do that using Fabri-Tac. This tends to work the best for me with this thick plastic. So I'm going to just run a bead of glue down each side. Sorry, I didn't finish my sentence there. Okay. 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 All right. Next thing, we're going to grab our butterfly. I'm going to flip it over and I'm going to put it right where I want it. I'm going to take the other side of the other tag and I'm going to glue this part down first. Come on. I literally just used you. Sorry, my hands are shaking. I think it's time for lunch. Okay. Press that down. Okay. Got to wash my hands soon. I've got so much glue on them. I'm just rubbing the edges to get some of that excess glue seepage off. Okay, again, you're gonna put your butterfly where you want it. Make sure this is clean. And I'm going to go in and I'm going to glue around to the inside, and then we're going to sandwich it together. Trying not to do too much glue on those edges so it doesn't seep into the middle. Okay? We're going to take this and lay it straight down. And thank God Fabri-Tac gives you a little bit of wiggle room, right? Okay. Just pressing. Flip it over. And that looks good. Okay, I'm just gonna clean up the edges. Any glue coming out. Oh, like on my fingers. Just gonna press down. Okay. So cute. Okay, so I'm gonna trim those little wings off. I'm gonna trim just a little bit here on the bottom and around those corners where the acetate is coming out. I'll re-ink those edges. Okay. All right. Okay, there's our first one. And as soon as we're done doing this one, then we'll pick our lace out and whatever we're gonna put in here. All right, so I do not think I have enough plastic for this one, but I do have more. Sorry, bear with me here. I do have more. I've got some like plastic bags. I could use that, but I really, really like, for me, the thickness of the Shrinky Dink. And this is all white backed, although, oh, did I have, yep, I got one, hang on. I was gonna say, I wasn't sure if I had another clear sheet or not, but I do. Okay. All right, so I've got this. Oh my gosh, you guys, so silly, so silly. I had cut out. You guys are probably like, Thea, you already cut them out, which is right here. Oh my gosh, brain gone. I think it already checked out for the day, apparently. Okay, so again, how are we doing on time? Oh, we're about 40 minutes in. So let's do, I will finish this one up on my own, but that's essentially what it's going to look like. Okay, before we put the lace on. So let's go ahead and finish this one up. Let me grab my lace. I have this piece of beautiful lace. I'm going to be really sad when it's gone. I can't remember where I got it. I just can't remember. And I think these butterflies, both of these butterflies, I believe are from my Porch Prints. I'm almost positive. Okay, so yes, this is what's going to go behind it. Oh, I love this lace. Yeah, I'm going to be so sad when it's all gone. I might have gotten it at on AliExpress. I just can't remember. It's so beautiful. Okay, I'm sorry, I'm just lining this up so I can cut off what I need. I'm gonna just go straight across. Okay, so let's go ahead and glue that down. Make sure to put the right facing side of the lace is the part you're going to glue, because it's going to go down so you can see the front, obviously. So just going to dab down the sides just a little bit, not a lot, and maybe just right across there. Hopefully I won't get it on the acetate. Okay. Just tapping down. Oh, so much glue. So much glue. Sorry, I just had to rub some of that off. Okay. Let me trim up the side there. Isn't that pretty? I love it. Okay, let's get our piece that we're going to put in the top. And I want to use the same lace that I used in the other ones. I just have to find it, or I do have that one. Oh, here it is. Yeah, I think we're going to use the same one. pull it through, and then I'm going to tie it right there instead of doing, you know, putting it through as a whole piece, you know what I'm saying, like I normally do. I kind of like this look better with this little tag. Okay, just like that, and then I'm going to trim it. All right. So cute. I need to come down a little bit on this one. There we go. So cute. Okay, let me get my Tracy labels. Oops. Hopefully I have something in here that will work. If I don't, I'll have to figure something else out. I might have to use search for some of my other words. Like, I'm not sure if the brown is really gonna go. Sorry, I'm a little off camera here. Not loving it. Not loving it. I could just leave it blank, or what I could also do, I have these really, really pretty little sequined flowers. So you don't have to put like a word or a number or anything on it. Oh, that's pretty. I love that. Really gives it kind of a shabby chic thing. This kind of seems a little bit blank to me, but you know, or I could just put it, whoops. I could put it right there. That's pretty. Okay, so we have there or there. I think I'm maybe a rebel and put it up here. So yeah, you know, you don't always have to have a word or a number or, you know, anything like that. You can just embellish it, you know, with other little things. Sorry, I'm rubbing some glue off my fingers again. Yeah, I think that's it. I think we're going to, well, that's kind of pretty. But there is such a thing as too much. I tend to do too much sometimes. I don't listen to my gut. That is really kind of fun. All right, so I'm gonna leave it like this for now. I might change my mind later, but we'll see. So yeah, so there we go. There's our little specimen price tag. So much fun. They're so really just so easy to make, and you know, they don't really take a whole lot of time. You know, so I've so far, you know, this will be my third, fourth, so 5 altogether. Yeah, and they're just really pretty. I really like them. So I hope you guys enjoyed that and had fun and maybe learned something new. Like I said, this is not an original idea, I'm sure, but This was just what came to me one day, and I thought, oh, this would be really cool. So, yeah, so that is it for me today, guys. I am gonna go fill my stomach with food because I am starving. And then probably head to my bedroom so I can get my leg up. So anyway, all right, guys, that's it for me. Take care. If oh, and thank you, thank you, thank you to all my new subscribers. I've had quite a few. I'm overwhelmed. I'm just so thankful. And thank you to my other subscribers for sticking around and hanging with me. If you have not subscribed yet, I hope that you will, and be sure and hit that like button. You can also click on the bell so you get a notification every time I upload a video, of course. So, all right, guys, take care, and we will see you again next time. Bye.